duty, integrity, courage, and sacrifice.
Is everybody out of the house?
No! We're stuck in the house!
We've got major heat. We're trying to move people out of these homes right now. Stop that engine! We have no water in this hydrant. We need them to lay into us. Copy that. We think we got a broken water main down here, so they need to lay in from the corner.
More than 100 officers faced off with protesters for about an hour. Did you hear the explosion from your position?
Yes, we did. As a matter of fact, we heard it, and because I was just like standing there.
And saw a individual standing there with a baseball bat in his hand. He was pronounced deceased at the scene.
Courage means having the discipline and the realistic confidence to be able to do what is required in spite of.
It was high risk. There were potentially dangerous consequences. It worked perfectly. 3 Navy SEAL snipers bobbing up and down aboard a U.S. destroyer managed to shoot and kill 3 pirates, also bobbing up and down in a small, partially covered lifeboat, where they held an American captain hostage.
Police SWAT teams converged on the Newark High campus today after a boy with a loaded handgun was arrested near the school. Police say as many as 4 other boys with the suspect ran onto the campus as police arrived.
A U.S. citizen from Pakistan is scheduled to appear in federal court today, accused of trying to set off a car bomb in Times Square Saturday. The 30-year-old Shahzad was identified by customs agents at JFK Airport in New York, then arrested as he tried to board a flight to Dubai.
Take a look at that. That is just nothing but pure carnage down there.
And we have people who are willing to choose to take up that mantle, to serve a cause greater than themselves, to put themselves at risk to protect us. And at this very moment tonight, there are many such people protecting us, not just in Afghanistan or Iraq, but patrolling the streets of our cities. They deserve all the gratitude, all the support, and the respect we know how to give them.
There's no other event like UrbanShield. I'd go so far as to call it the Super Bowl of tactical exercises.
Clearly the need for multidiscipline, multi-agency interaction and cooperation is paramount. That's what this is really all about.
It's a great training exercise for all of us to work together collectively as a team, for not only the EMS ambulance providers, but also the fire departments and the police departments to work together on a different level. Normally we respond to 911 calls, but we don't necessarily get to interact as much as doing like some form of a tactical type of scenario.
You don't want to be exchanging business cards the day of the disaster. You really want to be able to talk to these people, know their capabilities, as well as train together and work together to pull this thing off in real life.
One of the benefits of the scenarios of UrbanShield is that they're all based on realistic events. And in recent years, terrorism events or school shootings will always involve police, fire, and EMS.
It was a real realistic event, and the injuries and the makeup they did was awesome, so it brought out the best in our training and working with EMS, so that ultimately when a tragedy like this happens, we can respond appropriately.
The scenario that we're creating here is really the first one that we know of in the country, of really integrating EMTs, not just tactical paramedics, but standard EMTs and paramedics who work in the streets involved in a SWAT team. UrbanShield has given all these people the opportunity to do that in a training environment.
UrbanShield is better in the fact that it's more real world as far as a tactical environment and dealing with allied agencies, primarily the police department. We don't get to work with them one-on-one per se in a tactical setting as much as doing the UrbanShield, and it's a whole new thing.
Well, this is a new venture, if you will, the integration of EMS and SWAT team on the same mission. That's what we're trying to pull off here. Typically, SWAT teams will go in and clear a room and arrest subjects and make the place safe. And then after it's all done and totally clear, then they'll bring in EMS.
Each year there's different technology that's incorporated into each scenario, and ensuring that different technology is tested by the teams at each scenario so that we can evaluate it in the field.
And that's the benefit of these scenarios at UrbanShield. They're based on real-time events, real-life scenarios, and these scenarios give you very little time to prepare, which is more like a real-life event, and they're very dynamic. There's no clear-cut way or no right or wrong way to handle a scenario. So it forces the teams to think on their feet, and that is what makes the UrbanShield exercise the most realistic training we could do as a team.
Their mission is really to create kind of a cocoon of protection around the EMS folks and get them in there to start saving some lives.
It's the training.
It's the technology.
It's the teamwork.
That's what UrbanShield is all about.